Andrew Moore Crispin here for Gadget TV on Butterscotch.com. Today we're taking a look at the LG E720b, better known as the Optimus Quantum Chic. This is an Android phone running Android 2.2. You can get it for $250 without a contract, or we've seen it available on contract if you're willing to sign a part of your life away for $0. Now the bottom line on this phone, if you're looking for a solid Android phone, but you're really not looking for the bleeding edge, might be a good bet at the $250 price point without a contract. It's going to be really quite tempting. So we see here a relatively small screen. This is a 3.2-inch screen running 320 by 480 pixels. So really not ideal, but like I said, it is sort of the budget end of the smartphone. We're running Android 2.2, aka Froyo. We have Bluetooth on board, a mere 600 megahertz processor, which is really going to kind of slow things down a little bit. On the back of the device, which we can see here, we have a 5 megapixel camera. We also have assisted GPS and 150 megabytes of internal memory. Now we can, as with many Android phones, actually expand that memory using micro SD cards, which we'll show you in a moment. Now, pretty standard fare for Android phones. We have capacitive soft touch keys down here. We have our settings and menu key. We have our home key, our back key, and our search key. These are context sensitive, and they'll do something different depending on which application you're actually in at the time. So as it is Android 2.2, we do have access to wallpapers. You can see this is a skinned version of Android. A couple of little changes they've kind of thrown in there. You can see here we have our live wallpapers. Phone like this with kind of the lower end of the spec, I wouldn't personally bother setting a live wallpaper. You're going to want to conserve every bit of processor power for actually running your phone. Now I did mention skinned. I'm not sure if this is the carrier, which in this case is Bell, or if this is actually LG skinning the phone. We'll look into that and put that information in the show notes on Butterscotch.com. However, not a big fan of the skinned phones personally, because basically what ends up happening is you are stuck with this version of Android until the carrier or the manufacturer decides to release you from that version of Android. Also important to note, 2.2 is pretty much where this one's where it begins and where it's going to end. It doesn't actually meet the minimum recommended specs for Gingerbread, which is Android 2.3. Biggest falling down point being that 600 megahertz processor we mentioned. So let's do a quick device tour. One of the things I really like is the front bezel. There's no discernible kind of line between the screen and the edge of the phone. There is a metal band that runs across the outside, but the whole it feels like an edge to edge. I'm not sure if it's plastic or glass. Feels kind of like glass. Sounds kind of like plastic, but it is very much edge to edge here. So that's a nice touch, especially on a budget phone like this. On the top we have our power button. We also have our 3-stage headphone port here that we can use with the included headset with Inline Microphone. I'll show that to you right now. It's this guy right here. So we can pick up calls, hang up calls, all that kind of stuff. 3-stage that you can see here, and very uncomfortable earbuds, but it's given the price point, maybe you can deal with that. Up on the top here we have our speaker. We also have our proximity and light sensor here that's used for adjusting the screen based on light conditions and that kind of stuff. On the side of the device we have a micro B USB port for charging and syncing that's hidden in behind this little battery cover, or this little cover here. On the other side we have the pretty standard volume rocker. See here. On the bottom the only thing we have is a slot where we can actually pull the back off. So we'll do that now. And we can see removable battery, which we always like to see. SIM card's actually hidden underneath here, and here is our micro SD card hidden up here. Now this means that we can actually access the micro SD card without peeling the battery off, which is a nice touch and something that all too often manufacturers don't really seem to think about too much. So that's a quick look at the LG E720b, aka the Optimus Quantum Chic, a phone you can get for about $250 without a contract, or as little as $0 on a contract. For Gadget TV, I'm Andrew Moore Crispin. For more sweet stuff, visit Butterscotch.com.